A good day to everyone. Title of the presentation is Effect of Vitamin C Supplementation on Sputum Conversion Rate of Category 1 Pulmonary Tuberculosis Patients in Intensive Phase Antitubercular Therapy, a prospective observational study. I am Dr. Mrugang Patel, third year resident from Department of Pharmacology, Government Medical College, Surat. The study was done under the guidance of Dr. Anita Sinha, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, Government Medical College, Surat. Tuberculosis remains a global health issue with more than a million deaths worldwide due to the disease. WHO has set a deadline to end the TB epidemic by 2035, which includes 90 to 95% reduction in TB incidence and the number of TB related deaths. In the National Strategic Plan 2017 to 2025, Indian government has set a goal to eliminate tuberculosis by 2025. But the major obstacle in achieving these goals is long treatment timeline. Mismanagement of TB treatment can lead to emergence of drug resistance in patients. So shortening of TB treatment could significantly improve TB chemotherapy and prevent the development of drug resistance. Now, vitamin C has bactericidal activity against TB bacteria, which occurs through the combination of Fenton and Haber-Weiss reactions, which produces oxidative stress. Vitamin C also has shown synergistic activity with first-line anti-tubercular drugs in experimental studies. It is important to improve sputum conversion rate to ensure healing process. Vitamin C helps improving sputum conversion rate and prevents drug resistance. It was a prospective observational study. All the patients were taken into study from respiratory medicine OPD within 6 months time period. All the patients who were included in study were newly diagnosed sputum smear positive for acid-fast bacilli, and they belonged to age group 18 to 45 years. Their rifampicin sensitivity was tested by CBNAT examination. All the patients who had associated comorbidities like HIV, diabetes, or extrapulmonary tuberculosis, or multi-drug resistance, or extensive drug resistance tuberculosis, or miliary tuberculosis, or the patients, pregnant women, or the patients on immunosuppressive drugs, or patients who were not willing to take part in the study were excluded from the study. So the patients with symptoms pertaining to tuberculosis were advised by chest physician to get sputum smear examination done, and CBNAT was also done for the confirmation of disease and rifampicin sensitivity estimation. Now those who fulfilled the inclusion criteria and were willing to take part in the study were enrolled in the study, and all the enrolled patients were given 500 mg per day vitamin C supplementation by the treating physician along with the standard antitubercular therapy. During the intensive phase of antitubercular treatment, sputum smear examination was done at week 2, 4, 6 and 8, that is end of intensive phase. Now the result of the study shows that at the end of week 2, out of all the 49 patients, there was no sputum conversion, so all the 49 patients were sputum positive. At the end of week 4, 9 out of 49 patients were sputum negative. At the end of week 6, 28 patients were found to be sputum negative, and at the end of week 8, that is end of intensive phase therapy, all the patients were found to be sputum negative. The graph also shows the same. If we look at sputum conversion rate, at the end of week 4, 18% of the patients were sputum negative. At the end of week 6, 57%, that is more than 50% patients were sputum negative, and at the end of week 8, 100% of the patients were sputum negative. So this study shows that vitamin C supplementation as an add-on therapy to the existing standard antitubercular treatment improves the sputum conversion rate and decreases the disease activity to a greater extent than with the routine standard antitubercular treatment alone. Addition of vitamin C to standard antitubercular treatment could shorten the duration of antitubercular treatment as sputum conversion can be achieved earlier. Vitamin C, being an inexpensive and non-toxic compound, could easily be added to the standard antitubercular regimen to substantially improve treatment outcome without much increase in cost of the present treatment guidelines. These findings could be of great assistance and have significant impact on achieving the goals set to eliminate Mycobacterium tuberculosis infection from the country and worldwide TB community. Thank you.